I didn't think it was good. I thought it was fan-freaking-tastic.
I just had a heart attack. Just
Please
now.
vote for Creve. It was really amazing.
You lost your mind for a second, Mariah.
You should have, hi, darling. You should have seen the looks on everyone's faces in the studio and the panic in my head going, how am I going to save this? You do look stunning. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Very, very good actress, Mariah. Good acting right there.
Maybe one day I'll get a nice little movie. We'll
Get
see.
into some movies.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying, Mariah? What you think?
I was concerned when Jimmy said you didn't know the song. I was like, no, because at first I was like, oh, he's doing Let It Be. It's going to be perfect, and I'm excited. And then they were like, Burnell has never heard the song before in his life. So when you gave such a heartfelt, genuine performance, I was really proud of you. I was so happy for you, and you're always consistent, and you're just, there's just a realness about you that never goes away from me. So. Vote for you, America. Vote for him. I agree. I was also going to ask you, like, did you know this song before? Because I personally did not know the song. Did you know it?
No, I
You
didn't. No.
You just answered the question again, but forgive me, darling. Forgive me. And for someone who didn't know the song to come here and do this and perform it in such a fearless way, I just thought was really fantastic. If there were places where it might have seemed a little detached, or you might have needed to get to a place that you weren't quite at, you got there, and that's what I was really with you, and I felt like it was my first time on stage doing this song, and I understand what that feels like. So I think you did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Hey, Lazaro, darling. Hi.
How are you?
Oh, good, thanks. So, it's so difficult to perform a song written by Lennon and McCartney because so many people are so attached to the Beatles and just what they meant to the world as songwriters, as a movement, and, you know, their artistry, everything. And so I understand what Jimmy was saying when he said it was a big thing for you to be doing this, and I really have to commend you on your bravery. You know, just every time you stand up on the stage and do what you do and just make it through the song, it's a big deal, and I really have to tell you that I'm proud of you, and I think you're very brave for doing it. Just to critique this song in the moment, I personally feel like a song that's this intimate and special and beautiful is nice to hear maybe just with an acoustic guitar, and maybe it was a little bit low for you. In my opinion, it could have been perhaps slightly like a half step higher, but again, for me, when I look at you, it's about your courage and your perseverance.
Thank you.
She can own it. She can own it.
She does. It was like a prize fighter, darling, when I knew that you were doing this song, because I heard you doing the little practice moments with Jimmy, and I heard how high you were starting the song, and I said, oh my goodness, she is going to murder this song, and you did. And the only thing that's ever missing for me from you is when you decide to get even more creative and jazzy and go places that nobody else can go. And I think that's something you have miles beyond anybody else that we're dealing with. So please, please don't stop doing that, because I want to hear it for me. Hi, Paul. I think it's a great song choice, first of all. It's really hard to go wrong when you have the entire Beatles catalog to choose from, but, and I agree that when you hit that spot where you are just in your sweet spot and you're belting in sort of your upper mid-range, it's undeniably good, always. What I would say, as the listener here, just as a fan of the audience, I would say you have to be able to give as much emotion when you're singing softly as when you're at that, you know, the top of your range or your mid-range. And so because the lyrics are so amazing on this song, it's something that you really need to, like, just sort of pretend like you wrote it and it's coming from you, and just give that to us. And that's what we really need from you, because your voice is incredible. I'm going to throw this out there. I don't know what it is and what it's going to be, but I see you as, you could sing an up-tempo dance record produced by some pop producers, whatever. I just never understood the country thing with you because I think your voice is so amazing. Take advantage of it. Get on some like hard driving track and do something big. You never know, darling. You never know. I agree, Angie. I really agree because it was very like, I feel like you did a very respectful version of the song, if that makes sense. Because, like I said, people love the Beatles so much, it's hard to even go anywhere different with the melody for fear of somebody being like, why didn't you stick to the melody? I'm always afraid of that when I do a cover song. That's just me, maybe. But I felt like what you did was very respectful, yet you really showed your voice, and you showed simplicity and, I don't know. I mean, it's like you said, like Randy said, there is that other side to you, that other rock edge that we haven't seen that much. I would love to see more of that. And by the way, the ensemble is pow.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank
you look
you.
lovely. Devin, you really never cease to amaze me. Oh, that was an... I don't have words for this because I love to hear you sing in Spanish and English. You know that. We have discussed it way too much. But that was just so good. For me, you are like a budding, I don't know what, you can sing. You've sung so many different types of music for us here in the auditions, on stage. You have done, you know, almost every genre there is to do, and I don't feel like you've disappointed us ever. Of course, anyone can nitpick certain notes and different things and what have you, but I feel like it would be a travesty if you did not go through. So I just hope everybody looks at all your votes.
Devin, ladies and gentlemen. Good job, man. Mariah, care to make a shout out while we're at it?
Care to make a shout out?
You know,
Whatever do you mean? Why would you ask me that?
I think she was shouting out Ray Chu live on the piano earlier, just to explain what was going on.
I love Ray. Sure.
Nikki was saying Ray Chu on the piano, right?
Honestly, I was focusing on Devin. I don't know who said what, happened, where, why, how, but a shout out to all my lambs in the land, since I have not spoken about them the entire time. And my friend down yonder with the Fabelhop tattoo. I love it.
All right, well, back to Mariah.
Yes.
Back to Devin. Back to Devin.
Hey, you called me,
I
darling.
know. I needed to fill a little bit of time. If you want to see Devin next week, you can vote online at
Janelle, last week I said, oh, I loved it. It was fiery. It was, you know, everything that you gave, your aura, you know, when you were up there just being a star. Just, you know, it was emanating from you. And I feel like you really have been listening to what we've been saying, and you had Jimmy in your ears. It must be so tough for you, but obviously it hasn't fazed you because you're just still so sweet and gorgeous and did a beautiful, elegant performance. So thank you for that.
Thank you.